Hi, welcome to Grow New Plants. So today I'm going to do video that's a little different than what I normally do. I'm not making plants today, I'm planting plants. But the reason I want to do this, because this kind of goes back to the whole concept of what I started this channel for. It's to take, you've got some plants and you want more of them because you like them, or maybe in this case you have some but you need more of them to fill out a bed or something like that, and you can create your own plants. That's really kind of the concept this whole channel started with years ago. And I've kind of moved on to the backyard nursery theme, but it's still making new plants, and that's what I like doing. There's nothing cooler than taking a tip off of a plant like this and turning it into something like this with its own root system and everything else. So what I've done is these are the cuttings that I took from this bed right here. And the reason I took these, because this bed was nice and thick up on this end, but it was kind of sparse down on the other end. So I took cuttings, grew new plants for it, grow new plants, and then I'm going to take them and plant them to help fill this bed out. So I'm going to get reset up, and then I think I showed you already a picture of the whole bed. And so I'm going to lay these out down on the other end. And these right here, there's a lot of stuff kind of starting to grow over the edge, which should be pruned back. I'm going to take what I can and just run them down the other way, because these runners will keep going and they'll grow new roots and just keep going and keep going. So I'm going to push as many of them as I can down the other way, and then the others I will come back and cut later and just take more cuttings from them. Okay, so I have 9 of these that I kept. Actually kept 5 or 6 of these, kept them at my own house, and had a tree in the front yard that gets quite a bit of shade, and I've just decided to turn that into an ivy bed too, so I actually kept a few of them. So I'm going to get one back here as far back as I can reach, back behind that big potter, or that big potted plant, and then I'm just going to spread these out, get them as even as I can back up to where the bed is relatively thick. And I think probably realistically maybe right here I'll put one, and then maybe one here. I'm going to take this long one and I'll plant it this way and let it run back that direction. And then maybe go right here, here. I may go ahead and just put one more up here. You know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to plant those there. I'll let this one run that way and kind of fill in that area. So I think that once these things take off and establish pretty good, I think that'll be pretty solid. So I'm just going to fast forward through. I'll do regular time on a couple of these, planting them, and then I'll fast forward through planting the rest of them. Okay, so I'm just taking a shovel. I'm going to dig a little hole. I know there's some rocks and stuff in here, so I may have to adjust my holes. This used to be a rock bed. Like we just had rock in it and no plants. And we dug out most of the rocks. I'll put one in there. Right there. So I was real super happy the way these things came out. They put out tons of new growth. And the root systems they're good. They're not super great. They haven't completely filled these pots out, but it's way more than enough for them to sustain in this. And just pack them back down in there good. There's one of them planted. And as this gets longer, it'll lay down, and then I'll start just running it whatever direction I need it to go. So that one's got a pretty nice root system. That one actually held together. So just kind of put it in there and pack the dirt back around it. Like I said, it's just planting plants. That's no big deal, but I just kind of wanted to show a video of the end result of making these new plants, is that you get to put them back in your garden or your flower beds or whatever and enjoy them afterwards. So I'll fast forward through the rest of these. Okay, so I got them all planted. I may have lost some of that footage of planting some of these, but it's just the same thing over and over again. So I'm just gonna water them in good. And actually, I don't know whether you could see in the video before, there was one vine that had grown up through this fence and the back around there, and it was pretty long. I pulled it out of there and it already had some air roots on it. So I took those, I don't know if you can see it or not, and buried those air roots down there in a couple different places and ran that vine back down this way too. So that thing should re-root and help fill this out. So, but these things are good and healthy. They're doing great. So I think they're gonna start filling in, and hopefully by next summer, this will be a solid ivy bed. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you.